Trauma is a fact of life. It does not, however, have to be a life sentence. That was the words of Peter Levine, expert in healing trauma. That phrase resonates deeply with me because my first memory is of my mother's murder. And the weight of those memories sometimes feel like they're a slab of weight suffocating me, crushing my heart. And yes, I know some have the strength and support to overcome that, but others of us, the trauma, it spins us in a self-destructive pattern, and that's what led me to the penitentiary. However, it was inside those fortified walls I crossed paths with a remarkable young man named Ernest Jackson, a phenomenal athlete with an infectious smile and an inclination for horseplay, a man who had maintained his sense of being a child at heart while being a child who grew up in prison. And I won't ask you to try on Ernest Jackson's shoes, but I will ask you to try to imagine the unbelievable. Imagine a baby boy, a child, your child, now a teenager, laughing at dumb jokes, often smelling like armpits, playing with friends, becoming himself, becoming his own personality. All you can think about is how much you love them. And then one day, the police arrive and arrest him. Click, click goes the handcuffs. Click, click goes your heart as it skips a beat. They also had arrested 2 of his friends, charged them all with murder. You cannot speak for his friends, but you know where your son was, at home, with family, arguing and laughing with his cousin, playing those stupid video games. Yet, the court still tries your son first. The jury does not believe that your son killed anyone, so they acquit him of the gun charge. However, they do believe he is present. And under the felony murder rule here in the state of Nebraska, that is enough to convict of first-degree murder. Guilt by association. Your son, that laughing boy, that stinky armpit teenager, and you are sentenced to a life sentence of trauma. However, there's more. One of your son's friends goes to trial next, during which he confesses to being the shooter and that your son was not present. A fully informed jury acquitted that young man because he acted in self-defense, which is not a crime. The third young man, the other friend, is also acquitted. 2 decades later, your son is still in prison because the courts decide that that confession is not allowed for him to be used to exonerate him. Thank God this is not your son, but it is Brenda Jackson's. 3 years ago, I embarked on a mission to spread the facts and absurdity of this case and hope that there would be change, that Ernest Jackson would be freed, rightfully freed. I encountered considerable resistance. Some did not care, some only cared about what was in the national news, and some were only concerned that if you were in prison, you probably deserved it. But so too did I encounter those who listened, but also cared. They cared about the Jackson family, and they cared about me, someone who is guilty of causing trauma in other people's lives. And that's because community goes beyond bloodlines, similarities, and comfortability. Community is the well that holds humanity's empathy, compassion, and hope. I once heard a coworker say that when they lost hope, others held it for them. That is what a diverse and compassionate community does. That's what it did for me, and that's what we do for the Jackson family. Just as we would do for you and your child. I was never able to lift that slab of trauma off my chest, but we together can lift it from Brenda's heart and fight to bring her son back to her. And I pray that you join us. I am because we're community. I am because we are. We are community. My name is Jason Witmer, and I thank you for giving me your precious time, and I hope that Miss Brenda and Ernest Jackson can also get some of that time. Ashe.